Hello and welcome to my channel. I don't know if you've heard the news or not yet, but Mego has just announced that they are going to be producing the Marvel World's Greatest Superhero line again. And as a kid growing up in the 70s who collected Mego, I'm really excited about that. You know, those figures just were iconic. You had Captain America, Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, and of course, the Fantastic Four, you know, the first family of Marvel. So what I thought I'd do today is, I've been holding on to this outfit for a while, and I gotta make sure that I get this done soon, because if Marvel releases their own thing, I'll probably never get this guy done. So I want to make sure I get him done. You know, who knows how long it's going to take before they get around to releasing those figures. You know, we're already into Christmas for some of the releases that they've promised so far. So now's the time to get this guy done. It's either now or never. And another thing with this figure is, I think it's going to be a really good entry point for some of you guys who are still on the fence about doing customs, because this is going to be a super easy figure to do, I believe, because I've got about 90% of the work done for me by purchasing this right here. I went over to Walmart and I found this rustic orange, really cool orange, and it matches the costume almost identically. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use some minimal I guess painting techniques and some minimal paint to produce a figure that is probably an entry-level figure if you're thinking about doing customizing. So today's a good time to just hop off that fence, pick up a paintbrush, and join me. So I hope you guys stay tuned as we tackle the thing today. Well, my head is primed, and you can see that that paint has pretty much done 90% of the work for me. And usually what I do is I put it on a stand, or I have a little vise or whatever, but you know, I'm figuring maybe some of you guys don't have those things, and the body really works out well for me. You know, I try not to get too much paint on the body, but you know what, there's really no reason for you to get paint on the body because it's already been established there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my rasper, it's just a conical rasper. I think I got it at Harbor Freight or something, I don't remember, and I'm just gonna enlarge the hole just a little bit. When doing this, it's important not to go too far. You know, do a little bit, test. Like, see, it's almost done. Do a little bit, test. I might have to tighten that up. Looks like just a tad more. Almost there. Yeah, it's a lot better to do it slowly so that you don't make the hole too big. It should have a little force to put it in, so that's what I'm looking at. Try it again. I'm almost there. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I thought maybe I was pulling off some of the paint, but it doesn't appear that I am, so I think just a little bit more. I might have it. Oh no, I can't do this off camera. You guys want to see it pop in. Gosh. Oh gosh, that was hard. Whew. Oh, I'm worn out, but the thing's in there, and you know it's tight enough, so I'm happy with it. Looks like I might have rubbed off some of the paint, so I'm gonna go ahead and put like a little bib on him and just zap that. But I think he's ready to paint. Let me do that touch up, and I'll be right back. You know, since this guy is pretty much done, I'm gonna start with the eyes, and I'm just using my white. I got my apple barrel paint here. Or you know what? I should do, let me get my black. I've got this black wash. It's Nullen's oil. It's a shade or a wash. I think I'm gonna put black in there first, let it dry, and then put in the whites. This way I can get that definition. Boy, these eyes are tiny. If you get this sculpt, you know what I mean. Okay, that one's done. I might as well just do the eye socket too, because eventually I'm going to put some of this wash in all these little crevices. So I might as well, I guess, start with the eyes. And I also want to see how this is going to work. But since I'm defining the eyes, I might as well go for broke. You know, I think it's going to look good. I got to stop. I'm going to keep going. Well, heck, I'm already here. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my brush, and wherever there's crevices, I'm just putting in this black wash. Let me shake this up. And then I'll come back and I'll highlight with that orange paint that I've got. I've got this, what's it called? Canyon Sunset. That's going to be my my highlighting color. But right now I'm just going to fill in all the cracks in the thing. That poor Ben Grimm, you know, he just really wanted to stop being the thing. He was always looking for a way out of what he called his curse, right? Being the thing. Everybody else looked normal, but he looked like the thing. This reminds me of that Spider-Man head. Went through and I did something similar with the little webs. I mean, this is time consuming, but you know what? I think it's going to pay off dividends. I think it's going to look really good once it's done. And it's going to match the outfit really, really well. I had considered a brown wash, but when I was looking at the outfit, here, let's see. See, it's like a black. So you're just following each one of these like little cracks. Just dropping a little bit of paint, or I'm sorry, wash in there. Yeah, the Thing and Johnny Storm really had a rivalry going, didn't they? Johnny was always picking on him. I don't know if you were introduced to the Fantastic Four through the comics or the TV show. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to know. I started with the TV show, the cartoon. And then I remember there's a movie in the 70s. And it was kind of cheesy. But, you know, I liked it because it, you know, Fantastic Four. The Thing looked horrible. I guess they didn't have any like special effects and stuff. I guess I don't know. I think this guy is going to be done. I mean, it's not a hard figure to paint. I think there's going to be some detail, especially with this wash. But you can see I'm not doing anything too fancy. I'm just dropping some wash in there. Yeah, you want to get all of it. You don't want to leave any blank spaces because they will be evident. Well, okay. And let's see, up here. I think I'm almost done. I'll try not to cover it so you can see. All right. Let's let that dry and see what it looks like. Let me get rid of some of the areas that have too much of it. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. You know what I should do? I should do the teeth. I'll be right back. All right, I think I'm going to tackle the eyes and the teeth now with my white paint. All right, these things are tiny. But they're framed really, really nicely with that black wash. See what I mean? Very cool. Let me get the teeth. I think I'm gonna have to come back and do another wash. I'm just running my paintbrush against the teeth. Not a lot of paint. I may have to do a second coat because I want these guys pearly white. Yeah, looking good. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten up some of the darker spots with the, let's see, I got a paintbrush here. With this right here, that sunset, what's it called? Canyon Sunset. And I got this at Walmart. And I'm gonna dab it on the parts of the face that should be a little bit lighter. Like, see how that one got darker? And then just these little rocks. And it's also gonna give you like a layered look. See? It's gonna look really good. And it also pushes the wash deeper into the recesses visually. And it kind of highlights the figure. See what I mean about that depth? And you're probably not going to paint every single little rock, just the more pronounced ones. And you know what? We haven't really done anything that's too fancy, too difficult yet, you know? That wash is just like probably the most advanced portion of this, right? And you can just see I'm just painting these little stones. It's not a big deal. So I encourage you guys, you know, start with a thing. You can add them to your collection. Who knows how long it's going to take before Mego gets around to making one for us, you know? And I've already started my Fantastic Four, so this is kind of a no-brainer. It's just I wanted to get them done as soon as possible. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it's really adding a lot to this figure just by coming back and highlighting each one of these little rocks. It's really giving them that depth. Can you see that? Let me get his face. Get his nose again. His cheekbones. Boy, that looks good. All right, let me get the eyes. Now for the eyes, I'm gonna use I have this like blue paint. It's called Space Wolves Gray, and it's like a blue gray. And it's really neat for eyes, especially blue eyes. Let's see, I gotta shake it up real well. Give me a sec. It's really great for blue eyes because it kind of pools. It's what's called a contrast, so it's a little bit watery as far as paints go, but that has a really good property of pooling and giving you a really neat eye effect. So I just get a drop on my paintbrush, not a big drop or anything, that's too much. And I'm just going to pop it into the center of the eye. I may need to shake it up a little bit. I don't think it's dark enough. Oh, there we go. Let me get the other one. And then I'm going to come back, the final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little white dot on each one of those. But I think this guy is pretty much done. I think I'm done with the thing. Wow. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Let me put a little bit of wash on those teeth. Let me go back to my black. And I'm going to use a watery wash. I'm going to put a little water on my brush and come back and just use, I guess, a watered version of my wash. I just want it to fill into the recesses. I don't want it to do too much color. So, oh, you know what? That paint's still wet. Let me come back to that. I added that second layer of white just to make sure that those teeth were like pearly white. And while I'm here, I'm gonna dip my paintbrush, just the tip, very, very tip, into that white paint, and I'm just gonna place a white dot right in the center of his eye. That right there is the hardest part, I think. So what you do is you just take a deep breath, you know, and then just drop that little dot in there. And his eyes are done. You can see how white those teeth are. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of a wash in there. I'm going to go through each tooth, and I think I'm going to be done. I got my matte clear enamel, so you can see I'm at that point where I'm ready to call him. So let me go ahead and finish those teeth. I have to let them dry first. I'll finish those teeth and spray them with that thing, and I think we're done. So I'll be right back for the teeth. All right, I'm going to put a little drop of water in my palette, and I'm going to take some of my black wash. And I'm just making a very watery wash. And I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to draw the lines that the teeth make. And I think I'm going to go along the bottom. And that's it. Got my teeth done. All right, I'm going to spray them with that clear coat enamel and get them dressed. I'll be back. You know, things just kind of came together with this guy. That sculpt by James Rogovoy and the outfit by Dan Hayes, just they look perfect together. You know, the body came from Classic TV Toys. It's one of their muscular bodies. It's the orange one. I think it's the only one they have in orange. They have some other really nice muscular bodies like S-types, but not in orange. So this guy, you know, the body in the future, if they come out with the orange body and S-type, I might change it out, but other than that, it looks great. And you know what, this is a very easy custom to do. I think the most difficult part on this was the eyes. You know, you got to make sure that they're centered and that they're not too big. You know, but the Nullen's oil, using that as a detailing feature, just works really well. You can outline the eyes with the Nullen's oil and just make sure that you get in all the cracks and crevices, and you get a really spectacular result. Look at that. That rock looks really good. And as you saw, it's not too hard to do. So if you've been on this fence for a while and you've been contemplating getting into customizing, I think this is the figure that you might want to start with, because it's super easy. Well, until next time, you guys stay safe and be cool. And you know, I will see you guys really, really soon. I think next week I'm going to finish my Fantastic Four with you know, Mr. Fantastic himself. So I hope you guys come back for next week's installment. And until then, I'll see ya. Bye-bye now.